Hey everybody, it's July 13th. Welcome back to Crypto Daily. So, a couple big things happening today, especially on the regulation front. So that's where we'll spend most of our focus. So Bitcoin 30,896, but I actually just saw on my other chart that we're now above 31K. So quick refresh, and Bitcoin's above 31,000. So we're seeing some positive momentum today. And at the end of this video, you'll see why that's happening. So first big key piece of news. Alex Mashinsky, who was the CEO of Celsius. Obviously, Celsius, had their big blow up event along with FTX and the Three Arrows Capital and a couple other big funds and protocols. So they went up in flames, and now their CEO got arrested. So they're basically claiming that he had a multi-year scheme of misleading customers. So, mixing customer funds and misusing customer funds and lying to customers, all sorts of stuff in there. I think he got charged by pretty much every three-letter name that you can imagine. I saw the CFTC, the FTC, SEC, and also the DOJ charged him. So definitely not good for him, but potentially a good thing for the space. I mean, my opinion on this differs. So, I think sometimes regulation can be a little bit too much. And I think other times we see, regulation actually step in and clean up the space. So in this case, my opinion is that this is a cleanup event. And I think it's a good thing overall for the crypto industry to have a little bit more cleanliness, a little bit more regulatory clarity, and also actions that actually do in fact help the users. So that's my opinion on it. I saw this tweet that Europe is claiming that their first Bitcoin spot ETF is going to go live before the end of the month. So that's 2 weeks from now. So I think that's definitely a reason for Bitcoin to be a little bullish today. I think we started the day at about 30,200, so up above 31,000 now on this news. And one more big piece of news. But I definitely see this as the summer of ETFs. Here you see Bitwise's spot ETF got acknowledged by the SEC. So we're in the summer of ETFs, and when one of these does get approved, I think it's going to be a big buy the news event. So I think people are buying the rumor, but I also do think that this is such a big step forward for the crypto industry and for Bitcoin that it's definitely going to be a buy the news event in my opinion as well. So I'm positioning myself to have a long-term holding of Bitcoin. I've done that for years. Not specifically just for an ETF getting approved, but for the idea that adoption would be coming at some point, and I think this is a big step forward in that direction. So Polygon, if you don't know, is a big blockchain. Basically, I'd say a majority of the activity is surrounded by DeFi. But they have a token called Matic, and they just launched a new proposal for Polygon 2.0 and the deprecation of Matic and introduction of POL, which would be the new token. So just an interesting piece of news. As you guys know, I follow DeFi pretty closely, so something to keep an eye on. I think Polygon has been a pretty interesting blockchain to watch. Their team is pretty dedicated to new technology and introducing new proposals. So I generally like their team and what they do. I know there's some big backers like Kevin O'Leary behind them. So I generally like what they do. And I think it'll be interesting to watch what happens with Polygon 2.0. It's kind of an ETH 2.0 type of event. So here's where the big news comes in. So XRP, I actually, took some notes for today's episode, and that wasn't that, maybe 20 minutes ago. XRP was up 38%. Refresh the page. XRP is now up 55%. So back to 73 cents. Personally, I've never held XRP. I've never really loved the ideas of XRP. But the big news today, and the reason why they're up 55%, is that they were deemed not a security. So as many know, they've been fighting this big regulatory battle, and today it came out that the judge ruled that they're not a security. So I think that's like the big news that everyone was waiting for XRP. Before this news broke, they were at about 46 cents. So now at 73 cents, definitely bullish for XRP holders. And as we all know, they are fanatical XRP holders. So generally, I think that's good. Like I said, regulation has a double-edged sword, and when it's done right and clearly, I think it can be good. And when you try to clean things up, that's what regulation is for. It's for keeping things clean, keeping users safe. It's not for scaring companies like I think we saw with some of the Gensler activities more recently. But this type of regulation, in my opinion, is positive for the space in general. So I definitely think there's a reason why Bitcoin is up today. Bitcoin dominance is actually down, but I think that has a lot to do with the fact that XRP is an altcoin and it's deemed not a security. I think gives a little bit of hope to other altcoins, and perhaps this is the moment and the piece of news that starts to flip that Bitcoin dominance below 50%, and we start to see altcoins get a rise. As we all know, altcoins are still hurting a lot. So that's all I got for today. We will catch you guys tomorrow.